Yes. Hari Om people. So what do we do today, Andre? We will go to, sorry, I have shared the wrong screen. Yeah. So now we are in a very, very nice, beautiful phase in the chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita, which is Karma Yoga. Many, 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 many layers Bhagwan is giving us enough and more reasons to go on engaging in karma, 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 karma. Why? Beautiful. It's really wonderful. Then the couple of things he said to recall, he said, Arjuna, you cannot run away because you are a role model. Yadyadatharati shreshtaha tattadevetaro janaha yat pramanam kurute loka tad anuvartate. So if you abandon this war, you will be setting a bad example. So it applies to all of us as parents, as teachers, as elders, or whatever in society. So that is one very important thing he said. And then he said, even if even if you become enlightened, still you have to go on working. There is no stop. So in this 25th shloka, Krishna is saying that, verse 25. Saktaha karmani vidvamso yatha kurvanti bharata. So he's saying, even for the vidvamsa, this is the advice for generally for all those who are seekers on the path of Vedanta also, vidvamsa, scholars actually, and other enlightened beings. He has an instruction for them. You please go on doing your work. How? Like how even the unenlightened people work, you act like that. As the ignorant men act from attachment to action, O Bharata, so should the wise men act without attachment, wishing for the welfare of the world. So this is the instruction. Ignorant people work for themselves. The wise people have to work for the welfare of the world. That is the very, very clear instruction. There is no retirement. No 58 years, 60 years retirement. What the retirement that Sanatana Dharma mandates is sannyasa. What sannyasa? This, what we are doing now. That is sannyasa. Not too much engagement with the world, but engaging for, this is very, loka sangraham. That is the main thing he is saying here. Loka sangraha is what the enlightened people do when they work. What the seekers, when we work, it is karma yoga. Ignorant people, when they work, it is just karma. So, coming back kind of karma they keep on doing. So, this is what it is. Amale 26. This is also preceding verse to 27, which is very important. So, Krishna is saying here, Na buddhi bhedam janayed ajnanam karma sanginam na buddhi bhedam janayed joshayed sarva karmani vidvan yukta samacharan, which means the wise man should not unsettle the minds of ignorant people who are attached to action. What kind of action? Same that over and over. Especially here he is referring to the karma kanda of the Vedas, which is full of rituals, worship, puja, everything. So the wise man should not unsettle the mind of the ignorant people. He should engage them in all actions. And he should also fulfill them with devotion. So does it seem like, contradiction? If I'm enlightened, why should I act? And I should tell people to rise up to the, this is not the purpose of life. You're wasting your life. Idella helbeka helbarda. What do you think? But here Bhagavan is clearly saying, don't say that. Why shouldn't we do that?
Again, yadyada charati shreshtaha can be applied here, Alva. I mean, when the ignorant observe the wise, the tendency is to, and when there's full of ego, they are full of ego, they won't be able to, willing to listen.
Listen also. They are not willing to listen also. And then if you start doing that, you will, he says in the previous song, I'll be creating confusion in their minds, Papa. That's also there. They'll be neither gharka nor ghatka. Whatever they were doing happily, they will drop. Next, they don't know what else to do. Then it's a very dangerous situation you are giving rise to. That is what Bhagavan says. And the next shloka, which is the, what we are contemplating today, is it gives the clear picture why it is happening, Anta. And everyone can chant this shloka because this is extremely important. One of the pivotal points of Karma Yoga. प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहम् इति मन्यते. Yes. People, please chant.
Yeah, I can go.
Yes, please.
प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते.
Yes.
Please.
प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते.
प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते.
Yes.
प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते.
प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहम् इति मन्यते.
प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारमभिमूढात्मा कर्तारमिति मन्यते.
कर्ताहम्, कर्ता अहम्. Okay.
कर्ताहम् इति मन्यते.
Jai Shri, Anu, are you able? Yes.
प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते.
Anu.
प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताम् इति मन्यते.
Very good, Anu. Yes. Jai Shri. Rahul, you can unmute.
Yeah, sure. प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते.
Yes. Jai Shri, Prasad. You're not able to unmute? Okay, leave it. No problem. So what does it say? Prakruteh kriyamanani. All the actions are performed by what? Prakriti. How? With the help of the gunas. Ahankara vimudhatma karta aham iti manyate. The one who is deluded by egoism, ahankara vimudha atma means me. Karta aham iti manyate. Thinks I am the doer. Now this has to be unpacked. Critical questions. What is the definition of Prakriti? Now everyone has to pitch in, okay? This is very, very important. Prakriti andre yenu?
The gunas?
The gunas, okay?
The body, mind and body, mind and senses were driven by the gunas.
Okay, that is Prakriti.
And it's created by Bhagavan himself.
Correct. Is that all? Prakriti.
Any movement
nature.
Yes, Anupama?
Any movement in the consciousness.
Any movement in consciousness. Very beautiful. Full Vedanta. Top. Yes. And some, yeah, Suma?
Prakriti is one's nature. It might differ from person to person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Amele, that is Prakriti. There's a very elegant definition. What about the world outside me? Is that also a movement in my consciousness? Now that we are in
The world outside us, it's created like every day it gets created. When we wake up, it gets created. When we sleep, it's destroyed.
Okay.
So
For me.
there's a movement in the world. Yeah.
For me.
Yes.
So that's also Prakriti, alva. Everything is Prakriti. What is not Prakriti? A very elegant definition in Vedanta. Prakriti means we can also use the word matter. What is Prakriti? What is matter? Anything that can be experienced is Prakriti. Anything that can be experienced is matter. How do you like the definition? It is covering everything. Everything is being covered in this definition, isn't it? Anything that can be experienced is Prakriti. What all do I experience? Do I experience Ahankara? Yes or no? Do I experience Ahankara? My own Ahankara, do I experience?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So that's Prakriti. It's matter. So what is the nature of matter itself? The three gunas, yes. But matter by itself, is it Jada or Chetana?
It is like Jada, which cannot be destroyed or created, like our Atma, like.
It is Jada. It is inert.
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 Yeah. So Prakriti is inert by itself. So it is being enlivened by consciousness. So if I feel this body-mind complex is doing everything, it is inert, it's an instrument. How can it do without the charging? So that is one thing. It is so simple. Everything that I do and feel, everything that is drik, trishya, viveka, whatever I can see is not me. What I can experience is not me. It is Prakriti. So that is the basic definition of Prakriti that we should get it inside very deeply. So anything outside, for me, everything is outside only. What is inside, you tell me? Isn't it? Everything is outside. The mind, the subtlest layer of the five koshas that we have, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, the subtlest is Anandamaya. That is also experienced only. The joy, the bliss, the happiness, the little things that we get from the world, that is also experienced. So everything is Prakriti only. So all the actions are performed by Prakriti. Okay, another definition. What is Ahankara? What is Ahankara? Many levels we say the term Ahankara is used in many levels at many ego is
Andre, I am doing it anta. I am doing all the actions.
Takes the ownership.
Yes.
Correct.
Me or mine anna bhavane. Nanu nannadu.
Ahankara and Mamakara. That is one Ahankara. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದೇ ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಟರ್ಮು ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಇದು ಅಂತಃಕರಣ ಇಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಫ್ 4 ಅಲ್ಲ ಮನಸ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಹಂಕಾರ even an infant which is baby who is born just now, that also has got all this, because without the ahankara, without the antahkarana, there is no chidabhasa, there is no reflection of consciousness in the baby. So it cannot be enlivened without this antahkarana. So what about that ahankara of the baby? Does it have it is mine, me, mamakara ella idya adakke? Iralla, isn't it? So that is the first pure ahankara. That is also called ahankara only. From there it starts, that ownership of the body-mind complex starts later. So this is also there. Then the pure consciousness is there, which is I. And there is the mirror, which is the antahkarana, the reflection. And then there is what is the first feeling that comes up with the, that basic, the basic feeling that I have all the time. I am, I exist. That is also ahankara. Ahamkara. The feeling that I am, I exist. That is also ahankara. It need not be corrupted. This ahankara, it binds this body mind. That ownership of the body mind is necessary to a certain extent. Otherwise, it will all be completely disintegrated, isn't it? So this ahankara has got a very, very important role. No, Kamala?
Yeah. So I exist and I know I exist. Is it not awareness?
That is called as ahankara in the jiva. Awareness only. I am. It is awareness only. But it is who is saying I am, in which body mind complex it is saying. See that owner, I will not say I am in you. You are also a sentient jiva. But that in this body mind complex, I identify that I exist. I am aware. That is ahankara. When I can say I am, that oneness will come, that is different. That is after enlightenment. But right now, that I am, I feel it's limited to this body-mind complex. Yes or no? It is limited to my skin. Outside my skin, I don't say I am. You got it?
Yeah. So from limited sense, it is like ahankara only.
That is ahankara only. Because in this body-mind complex, I am able to say I am. Ashte.
Okay.
Because I cannot say that, no, I can't say put my I am in some other vastu outside of me. So that is the thing. So these are the various things of ahankara. Ahankara is very, very important. Otherwise, nobody can act. Nothing can happen. So that is there. So what does the ahankara do? When all the prakriti, of course, is composed of all this srushti prakriya. First there is Chaitanya, and then the Maya power comes in. The power of Chaitanya is Maya. From the Maya comes the Panchabhutas. From the Panchabhutas come the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. From the Sattva, the mind is emerges, and then from the Rajas, the prana and all the other organs of action come, and then the Tamas, the inert world outside is all this, and amid all, and when all the claimer of all this is ahankara. Me, that is ahankara. That's the main ahankara we understand. So everything down to the subtlest is ahankara only. Me, my feelings, my joy, my bliss. And this ahankara is a spearhead of nature. What is beyond ahankara? What is beyond prakriti? Purusha. Ashte. All the gunas are products of prakriti, including the stars, galaxies, entire universe is prakriti. Down to me, my little self, everything is prakriti. Ashte. Guna means, guna is also matter only. Sattva, Rajas, Tama, that is also matter. And all actions are products of prakriti. But the Ajnani says, I, it lands in the physical body. That's the problem. When I say I land in this body. But for the Jnani, when he says I, it lands in Chaitanya. How beautiful is that? That complete shift has happened in the Jnani. And in the world, ahankara is constantly challenged. Beatings. That is why the suffering is very important in the world. It is all the Mahatmas say that. Unless the ego gets a beating, we will not inquire, who am I? What is this I? Constantly I'm saying I. Who is this I? I will not take it seriously. So Bhagavan makes sure the ego gets a beating from the world. So there's a nice anecdote. There were two monks on the banks of the Ganga. So one said, I have torn up my engineering degree and I threw it into the Ganga. The other monk said, oh, you have an engineering degree also. And immediately the first monk gets extremely angry. What do you mean? I am educated. I read in such and such university. I have got so many. So immediately the Hankara comes up. And then the third monk says to the first monk, you have discarded nothing, you have not torn anything because the engineering degree is still there with you. Just the paper you have torn. You were an engineer is wrong. You are an engineer. That is more like it because you are still carrying it in the mind. So as seekers, what all am I carrying in my mind? This is a question I have to ask. Can I honestly say it's in the past? I don't care for it now. That is all. We have to contemplate on such things. What is that which keeps bugging me all the time? Can I really tear it and throw it into the Ganga? Renunciation is very hard. There is no doubt about it. So, another anecdote. There's a co-traveler in a train, passenger. One lady, she leaves her bag and she goes away. The police come looking for something. And they ask that person who is sitting there, whose bag is this? He says, it's mine. Immediately the police confiscate the bag, they open it, it's got drugs. They take this fellow and they go away. So ahankara is like that. It will simply say, I am doing it. It's not his, it's not mine, all the actions are not mine, but I claim doership and I get into trouble. Police will arrest me and take me away. Bhagwan. Immediately all this will happen. But then who is the doer? Prakriti is the doer, yes. Consciousness is not the doer. Without consciousness, Prakriti cannot do. So where is this doing coming from? This is the conundrum. No? Consciousness is akarta, abhokta, everything. Prakriti is jada. In between something is happening. This is the conundrum, for which Prabhuji has got a beautiful explanation. He says, I am not the doer, but without me, it cannot happen. So I am like a machine. Washing machine by itself cannot wash dirty clothes. Without electricity by itself cannot do anything. So when they come together, things happen. So they should know there is no claimer. Consciousness does not claim I did it. Prakriti also does not claim I did it. The only one entity which comes up is this ego, which says I did it. Which is really, really very uninformed and stupid behavior on our part. So, any thoughts on this? Any questions? Any discussion on this you want?
Purnimaji, I'm also trying to connect it with the previous shloka that you
Correct.
showed on the and the ignorant people ಹತ್ರ ಇದನ್ನು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ. If you don't mind, can you please show that shloka once again? The Ajnani should not speak about this with an Ajnani.
Yes. ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಅಂತ. ದೇರ್ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ, ದೇರ್ ಗುಣಾಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ನಾ ಹೇಳಿ.
Yeah, so let no wise man unsettle the minds of ignorant people who are attached to action. So I was just thinking, if, for example, when I was attending Atmadarshana with Prabhuji, I was ignorant. So, and Prabhuji as a wise man was unsettling my mind.
Correct.
So then,
Because you went to him, no?
correct, correct. So I was just thinking about that. So I had an intention to, I myself wanted to unsettle my mind. So,
Correct.
uh,
You are
so
not satisfied with the regular stuff. That's
yeah. Correct. So I think that intention really matters. So am I ready? So I was just thinking again, because I think everything in terms of neuroscience also, what exactly is happening when there is an ignorant person who is unwilling to uh, listen to all of these things. ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಈ ಥರ ಮನಸ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಚಿತ್ತಾಹಂಕಾರ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಯು ಆರ್ ನನ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ವಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್, what exactly is happening at the brain level, or a spiritual level also, what exactly is happening, and I just wanted to you know
share. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, so I was thinking again in terms of neuro linguistic programming, and there is this science which translates neuro linguistic programming, which is the language of the brain. So the brain is perceiving things with every word that is being spoken. Whether I want it or not, the brain is continuously processing it before even it makes sense. I mean, like the best example is, do not think about a purple colored elephant ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ before you can even process the entire sentence, the brain already finished it off. So and again, neuroscience prakara, we have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind here. So I mean, in NLP, in neuro linguistic programming, they call the conscious mind as the security guard of a building. And the subconscious mind is like a little child that is standing inside the gate.
Okay.
And now I'm standing outside the building and I want to speak to this little child, but the security guard is not letting me speak. So NLP, really, there are some techniques where you say something in such a way that this this conscious mind security guard, he goes on a coffee break. Lunch ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು I send him away for a few seconds or a few minutes, and in that gap I speak to this subconscious mind and plant the thought before he comes back. Because and ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ, why should he keep doing continuously? I think that was the previous shloka. Because the security guard keeps coming on permanent leave. I mean, he's not quitting the job and going. He's just going on a break and he's coming back. Correct. So I think that is the prakriti that you were talking about. I mean, it's just the nature of it that it just has to keep coming over and over again, even after I'm enlightened.
Yes.
That enlightenment is also a phase where this security guard is just going on a break, but he's not quitting the job and going away. So nice. How do we make him quit the job? The conscious mind. So I think Atmadarshana, Adanna, now when we make it muscle memory and when we start living it to its truest sense, is when we can actually say you're fired, or maybe you can please quit. And that. So I think, yeah, connecting
conscious
back to the
mind, when you say conscious mind, you mean the regular patterns of behavior?
Everything that you mentioned about the five sense organs in the ಏನೇನು process ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಅಂತ. I mean, so here it includes the manas, chitta and ahankara. So buddhi is also part of the conscious mind.
Who has to be addressed when the conscious goes on leave.
Correct. And just so if for example in NLP, again, if I'm trying to let's for example say somebody has low self-confidence issues, and I'm trying to just say, hey, no yaar, you have confidence.
Yes.
You can do this. And ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ suddenly there is a question coming, how can I do it actually? ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ನಾನು, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. So that question is coming from the conscious mind. So in NLP, when I send him for a coffee break, when the conscious mind is switched off, I send him away. I speak directly to the subconscious mind.
You mean the logical mind?
The logical questioning mind, yeah. So
doubting fellow.
Doubting fellow, yes. It can be positive also, negative also, but he questions. The takshna accept madbidalla. Ad hinge, ad yake, how is it possible? Yes. So this is, I think, the nature of the manas. I think when you asked, I really want to contemplate more on there is the Purusha and the Prakriti and the yeah. So in between something is happening when you mentioned. I'm still actually I don't think I have a satisfactory answer to what is exactly happening there. I mean, if you can please throw a little bit more light on what exactly is happening in between. Guruji, Prabhuji ಹೇಳಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು. But if can you please throw a little more light if possible, because
Yeah.
I sort of try to understand how the manas is getting formed, both neuroscientifically and spiritually. ಅದ why is it getting formed ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನಗೆ I'm still a little ignorant in that portion. So if you can please throw a little bit more light.
I will share what Prabhuji has.
Yes, please.
ಏನಂದ್ರೆ we are all an instrument ಅಂತ. I am no better than a mixer or a washing machine or a fan. Body mind instrument, body mind complex is nothing more than an instrument.
Okay.
So it has to do the work. I mean, Bhagwan enlivens it and you work. It's doing the work. So there is only a happening. See, the problem with us is we have a triputi. There is me, and there is the Jagat, and there is God. Triputi. The Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, triputi ide namge. Which itself is Maya. Actually, there is no triputi. For example, you take the example of a river. Keeps flowing. Does it have triputi? It doesn't, because you can say it doesn't because it doesn't have a advanced mind anta helbodu. But for the sake of understanding, we have to look at nature. Is what Prabhuji always says. Look at nature, how things are happening, how all this condensation happens, everything, the chakra, the seasonal changes. How is it happening? Is there any claimer? Will the sun say today I'm going to take a break? No, he will not say. Will the fire say no, I have high cholesterol, please don't pour more ghee into me? Fire will not say. It will just go on burning. So this is what. How is it different for a human? It is not. You are also a BMI. You are also an instrument.
Correct.
You are also just simply function. But the claiming that ego is coming up. Why am I born? Why am I being created? That is addressed in the next few shlokas.
Okay. How the manas got created, another the explanation.
How the manas got created ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is that 36 ತತ್ವಗಳದು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಹತ್ ತತ್ವ ಒಂದೇ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಯಾ comes into the picture, and then the panchabhutas are created. ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ is there. Panchabhutas are created, 5 elements. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದೇ ಆಕಾಶನಲ್ಲಿ every panchabhut, every bhuta has got the qualities of the other 4. So Akasha Tattva has got 3/4 of Akasha Tattva and 1/4 of the rest of it. And then the second, Akasha admele Vayu. Grossest to subtlest, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Prithvi. So Prithvi has got the least Akasha and most Prithvi Tattva. Athara. Gradationally, subtle to gross. The subtle forms of these Panchabhutas, they are called the Tanmatras. There they form the mind, Manas, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara, they form. Manda Antakarana is made of Panchabhutas only, but very, very, very subtle. The gross one becomes the body. Even in the food that we eat, the annam, the gross annam goes into, it is excreted. And the essence goes into the body, the structuring of the body, nourishing the body. And the subtle part of the annam goes into the mind, sattva part, atara. So everything is matter only, everything is panchabhuta only. There is nothing other than. So this is a very nice anecdote, not anecdote. Ramana Maharshi, his devotees used to tell him, why don't we go to Kashi, Rameshwara, why don't you go to Haridwar? So he would say, why should I go there? Is there 1/6 bhutam over there? Apart from the panchabhuta here, which I have here, 6th bhuta is there or what? Should I go to that place? Atara. Everything is panchabhuta only. So Manas is also subtle Bhuta, Panchami.
Okay.
So ಅದೇ ಹೇಳೋದ that's the only example Prabhuji or all the Mahatmas give that how nature is working without any ownership, claimership. That is how the body mind complex also should work, but with intelligence, because the buddhi is there. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದೀನಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದೆನ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಭಗವಾನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್. Otherwise we go on doing the same things, and like you said, it is an eternal cycle. Though the world is anitya, impermanent, it comes and goes, like Suma said. I know it's not there when I'm in deep sleep, but it comes back again when I wake up. It is anitya in that sense, but the cycle itself is nitya. It goes on and on and on and on. That Pralaya happens, another Srushti comes, Sthiti comes, everything. Srushti, Sthiti, Laya is permanent. Not permanent, that's not the word to use. That is going on eternally. So that is the one shloka will come, know that Urdham Udam Adashaka. Later in the, it's an upside down banyan tree. That is the tree of life. Goes on growing branches. It goes on and on. Why? Because buddhi, like you said, the logical fellow doesn't go away. That is why it is going on and on. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೇನಿತ್ತು? ಅಹಂಕಾರ ವಿಮೂಢ ಆತ್ಮ ಕರ್ತಾ ಅಹಂ ಇತಿ ಮನ್ಯತೆ. So before applying it to myself, which is the most important thing, I have to apply it to the persons around me. Alva? Because they are the ones who irritate me the most, to be very frank, to be very honest. Why? Immediately apply this formula. Array, it is his guna. This person's guna is to get angry. This person's guna is to go on finding fault with me. It's Prakriti. It's not that person per se. That person is consciousness. What is enlivening that person is consciousness. So it is Prakriti. For everything, if we can apply this formula, I think life will become more simpler. Alva? Nin tappallappa, ad nin guna irode hige. Yen madadu, nai bala donku, all these things we can go on telling ourselves. And then apply it to me, because that guilt is something which haunts me also. Guilt. Ayyo, naan hing ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಹಿಂಗಾಗೋಯ್ತು. ನೋ, ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಏನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಗುಣಗಳಿಂದ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. It is my guna which is making me act like this, so and so and so. But what I have to do next? Take steps to correct it. The moment I became aware of the gunas in me which are playing havoc in the world, I come to Gita class and listen to what Bhagavan is telling me. Ashte. That's the only solution. Jnana is the only solution to everything. Ashte. Correction. That logical fellow has to take a backseat. And Vishwasa in the Guru Vakya. That is the main Apta Vakya, Guru Vakya, Vishwasa you have to have. That's the main qualification for coming into Vedanta. It is Vedanta is telling me you are not the doer, Prakriti is the doer, your Ahankara is claiming doership, drop it ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಕರ್ಮಯೋಗ ಮಾಡು. That is why don't disturb people who are indulging in this ritualistic worship and all that, because the chitta shuddhi is happening for them. They'll come eventually. At least they are not wasting their life in other stuff. At least for such a time that they're doing that puja, their mind is focused. At least it's not going here, there, everywhere and doing bothering the world basically. So that is, so the next shloka is also very telling, beautiful shloka. What the enlightened fellow, how does he look at this Prakriti consciousness atana? Enlightened person, how he looks at it anta, which we should adopt, which is Tattvavittu Mahabaho Guna Karma Vibhagayoho Gunaha guneshu vartante iti matva na sajjate. Tattvavittu, the one who knows the truth. Mahabaho. Arjuna is called the mighty armed fellow. Why? Because he, first of all, he was a warrior, and then he is courageous enough to open himself up to surrender to the Lord. That is Mahabaho. That needs courage. That needs to drop the ego. To say, okay, I don't know anything, please help me. So Mahabaho. Guna karma vibhaga yoho. So the knower of truth, he knows all about the guna karma vibhaga. And then he knows all about prakriti and how it acts. So what is happening is gunaha guneshu vartante. When he sees people acting in weird, funny manner, he knows that it is gunaha guneshu vartante. My interaction with the world is my guna interacting with the guna of the world. My guna interacting with Rahul's guna, Sneha's guna. That's all it is. This guna, this bundle of gunas and that bundle of gunas. They are acting with each other. Iti matva, by knowing this, na sajjate. They are not attached to this whole drama. Isn't that beautiful? When I put it like that, it's just my gunas acting with, interacting with the gunas of the world. There is a tamasic guna of the world, there's a sattvic guna of the world, there's a rajasic guna of the world, and my sattva rajas tamas is acting with the sattva rajas tamas of the world outside me. So, one Mahatma has put it very beautifully. The gunas in me, whatever I have, good, bad, ugly gunas, they are all, they are like pet dogs. I have nurtured them. I have fed them, nurtured them. I have not asked them to behave themselves. They are pet dogs. I have petted them and pampered them, and they have kept them inside me. And the gunas outside me, they are all like street dogs. That is the world outside me constantly irritating me and provoking me. So that street dogs are barking. I am also barking. Pet dogs inside me are also barking. So my guna is pet dog. Outside the world is street dog. Gunaha guneshu vartante. Both dogs are barking at each other. Iti matva na sajjat. Do not bother about it because it's just dogs barking. I am reacting to what's happening outside in the world, what's happening in Trump's tariff plan on India, and whatever is happening in all parts of the world. All that is my guna interacting with the gunas of the world. The barking is happening, a lot of cacophony is generated, but I'm just a sakshi. The main sadhana in Jnana Marga is sakshi. You have to take a step back and let everything go on. The drama can go on. No problem. Let it bark. Let the gunas bark. Let them create as much as noise as possible. No problem. That is the main teaching. That is why the Jnanis don't even judge people, isn't it? Haven't we observed that? Prabhuji, does he ever, judge us? You're a fool. Everyone is Buddhas for them, it is said. The Jnanis look at everyone as a Buddha. Because they just see the play of gunas everywhere. And there is no claimer there. There is no doership. Any thoughts on this? Gunaha guneshu vartante. Isn't that a great relief to know that, I am not doing anything actually, Anta? Isn't it a great relief? This one more shloka we will say and we will see, and then entire thing we can put it together. Prakrute guna sammudaha sajjante guna karmasu tanakrit sannividho Manda krutsannavinna vichalayet. Again, Bhagavan is saying the same thing. Those deluded by the qualities of nature, gunas, are attached to the functions of the qualities. Okay. The man of perfect knowledge should not unsettle the foolish for imperfect of knowledge. Same thing Bhagavan has reiterated. Do not unsettle the foolish people. Their gunas are also acting, and don't tell them, no, you are not acting, Prakriti is acting. All that buddhivada you don't give them. So it is said that a good text, a good speech, a good talk is one which begins with telling, today we are going to talk about this. First shuru madi. Tell them what you have to tell, then tell them, and end with, this is what I told you, Anta. So that's what Bhagavan is doing throughout the Gita. First he will say, Arjuna, Suno, Shrunu, he will say something, he will elaborate, then he will come back and say, okay, I have said this, Anta. So this is the 3 shlokas which are pertaining to the gunas. So we have to really understand it and dwell upon it. But here is a major question. I understand everything, but how can I go from karta to akarta? That isn't that a critical question? I understand it. But how can I stop this doership, ownership business, kartrutva, bhoktutva? How can I stop? It is not easy, isn't it? So the Mahatmas, they give us a in-between stage, in-between step has been given. What they say, okay, you go on saying, I did it. You modify it to, we did it. At least include the samashti. It's impossible that you alone can do anything in the world. Who did the coffee? Who made the coffee? That famous example of Prabhuji's. Can you make it on your own? The coffee, simple thing like coffee. Who gave you the milk? Did you make the cow which gave the milk? Did you fetch the milk from the whatever? All the entire process. So many things are involved in making the coffee. So the little thing that I made the coffee can be changed to we made the coffee. Little step, the in-between step. Include everyone in whatever I'm doing. The Vyashti should give way to the Samashti. It's a more mellower way of easing ourselves into the role of Akarta Abhokta. I didn't do it, all of us did it. That's simple. At least that much we should do. Isn't it? That is that easier. Okay. So the basic sadhana is Sakshi. And another thing is fire scale. That also we should always keep in mind. So how frequently do I get this gunas? How frequently do the gunas act up in me? How intense are these behaviors in me? How quickly do I recover? How quickly do I get back the equilibrium when the gnana kicks in and say, no, you are not the doer, karta, bhokta, you are not. All that is there. So, asangatva, the first level is how to become from doer to not doer is first level. I did it, I didn't do it, we all did it. That's the first level. And second level is latch on to something higher, which we are all doing now. When the mind is latching on to something higher, it will drop the lower things. Okay, you take the credit, doesn't matter. Even in the workplace, wherever we are engaged in work, somebody else wants to claim responsibility and the glory, do it, doesn't matter. Because I have got something higher to hold on to. I know, it doesn't bother me anymore. Yes, Shweta?
ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾಜಿ ಫೈರ್ ಎಲಾಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ, ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸ್, ರಿಕವರಿ,
emotional equilibrium.
Okay, thank you.
Equilibrium. So first thing is Vyashti to Samashti. Vyashti is just me, I, me, mine, and then Samashti. Even in our prayers, Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. ನನಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗಲಿ, ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗಲಿ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ, but include the loka. So the other day I was relating a nice joke. There was a Maharaja, there was a Raja of a small vassal king called Raipur ka Raja. Then suddenly one day he was crowned the king of the entire kingdom. He was told, today you have to rule the entire kingdom. So fellow was confused. Are, that the entire kingdom, does it include Raipur also? Anta. Yes, of course it will, isn't it? So like that, when I pray for Lokaha Samastaha, it includes me, my little problems in my life, my children, my everything is included in Loka Samasta. So that first level to become Asanga is not I, but we, not just me, but the Loka. And second thing is latch on to something higher, which we are all doing it. The devotion is, this is where devotion becomes very, very, very important. Bhakti Marga is the only Marga. Very important. It is, otherwise Vedanta will be very, very dry. This is, Bhakti is also a beautiful, nirlep tara. When I can see God in every experience, in every person, good, bad, ugly, see Prakriti, see God in it. Divine Mother. Another thing, the terrible things we cannot accept as God, but we should worship the terrible. To transcend the terrible, worship the terrible. The thing that scares me the most, I should embrace. Because if I am able to see God in that, I'll be able to embrace that. That is the beautiful teaching. The example is given of Prahalada. How that Narsimha Avatara, oh my God, it was such a scary scenario. That Narsimha came, he was full of blood and gore and, cruel and everything. But what did Prahalada see in him? He saw Narayana. And the little child went and sit on his lap. He sat on his lap. So that is how to worship the terrible. You worship the terrible. See everything as the Divine Mother. The person whom who irritates me the most, invoke the Divine Mother in her and say, Amatai, thank you, namaste. Oh, today you are come in this form. Thank you very much. Like that. Every experience, if we can convert it into, this is the Divine Mother. See, Prakriti also, Jada Sari, but it is nothing but the Divine Mother herself who has taken all these forms. So, that is what we have to do and we can do. That's all. What else? Third level is all this. Come to Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana again and again and again. Contemplate on all this. And then we will know that it is just Gunaha Guneshu Vartante. This guna of mine is barking at that guna of that other person. Barking, cacophony is happening. I have got nothing to do with it. I am Asanga. This Asanga has to come into Vyavahara. It has to come into Vyavahara. Otherwise, it will just remain as a dry jnana inside us. Okay. Anything else, or we can take it up in the next class? Any